grow those cactus here? Well, I wonder if you could like grow one in your,
I'm sure people do.
I gotta look up what one of these cactuses look like. Are they huge? I don't know.
They're pretty, and what's crazy is, and this is gonna sound nuts, but this last time I went, before I even drank it, the night before, I felt it inside of me. Because you become so connected to, like, so you're in her, like, it's a guest house in the mountains, and she has this garden, and she grows it in her garden, and then if you throw it up, it's in the ground. You know, it's like, I am the least hippie-ish person on earth. Like, I will, like, kill a cheetah for an outfit. Like, I'm not like a hippie, but I really do, like, I can 100% say for certain that, like, there is, like, more stuff going on than just, like, the normal physical world.
So I can't even believe like fuck comedy. Like I love you, Natalie, like comedy, but this is so interesting. Huh, Mel? I'm like,
I'm looking, I live in California, Natalie, and I see cactus like this all the time in my neighborhood.
It can't be the same.
You can do San Pedro in California. I can give you a hookup.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can
do a ceremony in like Joshua Tree.
I love Joshua Tree. I've been there. It's fantastic. People in Joshua Tree, they can get me hooked up with it.
I do, yeah.
Don't listen. Okay, my mother may listen to this, but my mother needs it, right, Cindy?
Yeah, it's great to do with your mom. It's great. It's
your Mother's Day.
So much nicer to my mom since we did it.
Can I just tell you, I'm turning 50 in April. Maybe my sister and I should do it.
Oh my God, that's perfect for your 50th. Wow.
So they do it right in Joshua Tree. Is it legal there, or there's whatever?
I don't know that it is, but I don't think that. So
I mean, big deal. It's a fucking cactus. So what if you eat the liquid of the cactus? Who cares?
I can't imagine that this is like what you'll end up getting in trouble for, but don't Perlin told me to do this.
Yeah. Now you got Mel looking. She's like, oh.
I know. I'm like Dr. Lauren, like Dr. Lauren.
I know we needed Dr. Google tonight. Dr. Holy Google. Cow. She would have been. We have another co-host who like Googles everything while we're talking within seconds. She has answers to everything, So we call her Dr. It's a joke, but her Dr. Dyson is what we call her. But yeah, Lauren would have been like this. But I did hear about it because, like I said, a comic did a joke about that. He said he died. It was on a podcast and came back to life on the cactus juice. This is crazy to me. Mel, now I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you got to go to Joshua Tree and do this for the podcast.
For the podcast.
I'll do it
for the instigators. Come on.
You got boss instigator. It's Susan. Cindy is the boss instigator. You got me. Well, it's illegal to grow San Pedro cactus as an ornamental plant. Extracting it is illegal. They don't have to know that. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, I've seen this.
I bet you that shit, find out if it's growing all over because I want you to cut some of it and we're going to mail it to Natalie.
Yeah. I love Josh. Have you been to Joshua Tree, Natalie?
No,
me either.
When this woman told me, oh, like, by the way, like, I'm doing some in Joshua Tree, I thought about going, but then I was like, I'd rather just go to Peru and stay longer because it would be less money. And I feel like the kind of help I need is like, I need to stay for a month. I need to stay for 3 years.
Natalie, how do you afford all this?
It's not, so flights from Miami to Cusco are like $500 round trip.
That's it?
Really?
Yeah, oh my God, that's cheap.
If you can be flexible on, like, I'm very lucky to have a flexible schedule with work stuff, but if you can be flexible, like when you go, like hotels are like $20 there, like food is cheap. The ceremonies, like, they're not in this to really make money, it's
right,
kind of
exactly.
Beyond
What do you do for work?
I do like Airbnb and real estate kind of stuff.
Oh, that's right. I remember you saying you were in a real estate type. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I would imagine it is dirt cheap, and you're right. It's probably way cheaper for her.
It's much cheaper to stay in the United States than it is to travel. Like, it's not like I go to like Paris
to fly there. Right, you're going to the mountains in fucking Peru, so of course it's much cheaper.
You can buy like a bag of like corn chips for like $2. It'll last you a month, you know.
So wait. Do you want to eat when you're taking this? Do you feel hungry during it?
It is the only time in my life that I don't want to eat.
Yes, welcome to my life too, Natalie. Yeah, we need a lot of that. It's the only time we don't want to eat. That's great.
Then, like when you're coming off of it, everybody has this like soup together.
It's all
but you don't really want it.
What is in that soup, Natalie? Are you
just afraid? Like vegetable? I'm not really
okay.
A vegetable person, so
no, you're not.
No.
Are you a chicken finger chips girl?
Not so much chicken finger. I'm very much like pasta pizza.
Oh, you okay? Like, so you're heavy carbs. I'm the savory.
Heavy carbs, yeah.
Savory.
Like fondue. I'm on a fondue kick lately.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you make it yourself at home?
Well, so you can get fondue that comes in a pouch at the grocery store, and then I have like the little antique set with the little tongs. But
Natalie, I've got to come stay with you. If this is like
so much fun.
I'm telling you, I want to do fondue, and I want Natalie to like dress me up and do like a little boudoir shoot. I don't want to put the bow, and I want to be doing the fondue. Oh my God, Natalie, we would laugh so hard.
But yeah, no, seriously, come. I mean, I'll be here most of winter. I'm trying to import people. Like, I cannot make a friend here to save my life.
Oh, Natalie, I know. You know, she's the sweetest thing. So I messaged her today, and I feel like I wanted her on the podcast. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to keep breaking her chop. You know what I mean, Natalie? When are you coming on, Natalie? And I had a show tonight, and it got moved to the 22nd. So I'm like, let me just throw it out there. I was like, oh, you know, me and her were chatting today. And I'm like, oh, I was joke writing with Sam and on the Zoom. And she's like, I want to joke write too. She's like, I feel so lonely. I'm like, do you want to do a podcast tonight? I would love to. I'm like, yes.
That's great.
Yeah, I didn't want to bug her. And I'm like, you know what? If Natalie's feeling lonely, she's a national treasure and I'm here to protect her. Okay.
Aww,
anytime, Natalie, you are feeling lonely, you don't have any friends, you're in there with your leopard print.
You alienated everybody out of your life.
She hasn't met any friends there yet. She's in that apartment with those leopard. You message me and we will joke and we will zoom right together.
You're adorable.
I was sitting on the floor like a gremlin. I don't know why.
Isn't she just the cutest thing?
Yes, she is.
I just look at her. Do this.
It's a shame that your viewers are missing out on.
I know. I got it saved. Don't worry. There's a way I can cut my ugly ass out.
I know you can cut me out. I look like a.
Do this, Natalie.
Aww. Oh, I could screenshot her so you could use it for that.
It's really okay. I had to go to the dermatologist today. I have like 18 different problems on my face, so I'm fine with.
Okay. That's great. You can't see.
So you march into the dermatologist dressed like that. How's that go down?
I did not wear this to the dermatologist. I wore like a floral dress, actually. They were very nice.
Okay, so you didn't have that on. I wanted you to walk in that with those big.
I do wear this to like Publix, and so here it's like most people have a car. It's very strange, like when you're walking and no one else is walking.
Yeah,
why don't you have a car?
A prostitute in the daytime.
Yes, exactly. Has anybody ever said, "Hey, how much?"
No, but so in Tampa, there's a lot of like swingers and like sex clubs and stuff. And last year I was like walking to Publix and I got honked at by this like Winnebago kind of thing. And I love like antique stuff. And it was a couple, it was a man and a woman. And you know how they say like you're never supposed to get into someone's van and stuff. So I was like, I'm not going in, but I wanted to see it. And they were on their way to this resort called Caliente. And it was like a clothing optional resort. And they're like, do you want to come? We have like a membership. I didn't go though.
Yeah. Cindy, she lives a life.
I feel nervous for her sometimes.
No, my friend and I, we came
I'm
across
always
some
in like
swingers.
a little bit of danger at all times.
Yeah, she just admitted it. I'm always in a little bit of danger at all times.
No, always. Like it's really bad.
I have to protect her.
I know we do. We need to.
The biggest danger is just myself. Like you have to protect me from myself. It's not even like the vans or the drugs.
It's just you home alone.
It's just me. Yeah. It's just me trying to like light a candle. It's bad.
So wait. So when you're doing real estate, right? Do you show houses and stuff?
So I'm not like a broker or anything.
Okay.
I basically so when I was 22, I moved to New Orleans, ended up just working on Bourbon Street, like at some like very tacky bars where you sell like shots of alcohol on your cleavage. And I bought a house when I was like 24, 25.
Wow.
And then I did like Airbnb, like a guest house in it. And then sold that
you
one, bought a couple in
made
the Poconos.
that
so,
much
I
money.
just sell stuff and I don't really like actual work very much.
Wait. You were 24 and made enough money selling shots out between your tits to buy a house. Fuck yeah.
Like, to put a down payment on a house, in New Orleans. It's not like a mansion in a mansion on Fifth Avenue or anything.
It doesn't matter. Never doubt the shot girl.
Yes.
She's making bank.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't even one of the good ones, really. I mean, some of these women are like sharks. I'm too nice.
The shots, you put it in your boobs and they drink it off your boobs.
You know they would buy those.
I'm so naive. I haven't read that.
Really, like you put the tube in your throat and then you put the really like when I think about like COVID now, like thank God we didn't have COVID back then because it's dirty. Like how close you're getting to people with these like sex on the beach, like Jaeger. Like I've never been a big drinker, but like. There are certain songs like from that era that if I hear the song, I taste that alcohol like in my mouth.
But you didn't drink it. You didn't drink, did you?
No, and even sometimes like they'll want to buy you some and they're mostly like fruity, like it's very little alcohol. But you could fill some with water, like you could sell them, keep the tubes, fill them with water, and then have somebody buy you a water for like $6 and they think it's vodka. Like yeah, it adds up. It adds up for sure.
So, where was this? Miami?
No, Bourbon Street.
Oh, that's even more. Holy shit! Yes, that's so hard. Partying hard out on that street.
Yeah, in my own way, I partied hard, I guess.
No, but I'm saying they are. So you're making bank.
Yeah, I mean. On a good night, you can make a couple thousand. On a bad night, you can make nothing, But
feast or famine.
I sometimes was like, why did I go to college? Like, I should have just. And I also wish I would have stuck it out. Like, if I could have worked there till I was like a little bit, like a couple more years, but I just didn't have it. It's a lot. Also, like back then, you could smoke in bars in New Orleans. Now you can't. But like, I was always sick from the smoke and just like. Not a sustainable way for me to live, but if you're like a real party girl, that's a great job.
Yeah, like I say, my daughter.
Natalie, we have some plants at my school. I should see if they have them at my school that I teach at. Ooh.
Could you imagine the school kids knew?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Natalie, thank you so much for coming on the show. I have learned so much. I was like going to be like, oh, we're going to chat with Natalie all about comedy. And we did do some comedy, but the other stuff is so fascinating.
Yes.
I mean, you have lived a life for a young girl.
1,000 lives.
You have.
I want to be her for one day or more, Walking those leopard print shoes.
Let me tell you. Theater, doing stand-up. It's like, where I just was yesterday.
Yeah. Yep. Back to reality.
Back to.
I'm just like everybody else right now.
I know, Natalie, it's tough.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on. Thanks for being there. You're like, this wasn't a podcast so much as it was an intervention.
No. Oh, it's all good.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna head it out.